Hello, and welcome to the online learning series Strong Families, presented by the West Virginia Family Engagement Center. Today, we're going to talk about building parent and caregiver confidence. My name's Denise Workman, and I'll be running us through this session today. I hope that you learn a lot. And if you have any questions at the end, please feel free to email me and let me know. Let's get started. The West Virginia Family Engagement Center program is based on current, evidence-based practices that engage families, educators, and community members in the educational process to enhance student academic achievement. This initiative offers families a variety of opportunities to participate in their child's learning both inside and outside of school. The West Virginia Family Engagement Center program is made possible by a $4.8 million statewide Family Engagement Center grant awarded to the Adventure Group by the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Innovation and Improvement. The Adventure Group is grateful to partner alongside the West Virginia Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Education on these efforts. The West Virginia Family Engagement Center is a program of the Adventure Group, an education nonprofit organization based in Morgantown, West Virginia. The Adventure Group Incorporated is a national nonprofit organization with a staff of West Virginia natives committed to enhancing education both within and beyond West Virginia. The organization has been in West Virginia for 20 years, finding resources to assist schools, students, and families. We welcome opportunities to help advance educational programs and ideas throughout the state and encourage you to reach out to us with any ideas you might have on how we can work together to make West Virginia a better place. The West Virginia Department of Education is committed to engaging families in their child's education. We understand that a family's engagement in their child's education is key in improving academic outcomes for their child. We want to authentically engage and listen to families so that they are equipped to act as effective partners and are prepared to share the responsibility in learning so that their children reach their full potential and graduate college and/or are college career ready. The West Virginia Department of Education Family, School, and Community Engagement core beliefs. All families have dreams for their children and want to see them succeed. All families have the capacity to support their children's learning. When families are equipped with accurate, relevant, and timely information, they are properly positioned to partner to support their child's learning. Families and school staff should be equal partners with support from the community. The responsibility for building positive, productive relationships between school and home rests primarily with the school staff, especially school and county leaders. My name is Denise Workman. I am a program manager for the Adventure Group, working as a family engagement specialist for the West Virginia Family Engagement Center. I'm a longtime teacher and education advocate. I taught middle school and fourth grade, but spent most of my career teaching gifted students across all grade levels in Boone and Kanawha counties. Before joining the Adventure Group, I worked at the West Virginia Department of Education and helped kick off the First Lady's Communities in Schools initiative. I am happy to continue the hands-on family engagement work via the WVFEC. Nevertheless, no school can work well for children if parents and teachers do not act in partnership on behalf of the children's best interests. Parents have every right to understand what is happening to their children at school, and teachers have the responsibility to share that information without prejudicial judgment. Such communication, which can only be in a child's interest, is not possible without mutual trust between the parent and the teacher. Dorothy Cohen reminds us how important it is for parents and caregivers to build a trusting relationship with teachers. I have more than 30 years experience teaching and working in public education. Most of those years were spent teaching special education and working intimately with families over many years. That experience helped me understand how vital involving family members in a student's education is for student success. Today, we are going to talk about how you can use your knowledge as a family leader to develop the skills and confidence to foster a working relationship with your children's educators and school family. So, this is where we begin. If we empower parents and caregivers, then we will build confident partners that can communicate and help students develop a sense of accomplishment and do well in school. Let me say that again. If we empower parents and caregivers, then we will build confident partners that can communicate and help students develop a sense of accomplishment and do well in school. Today, we are going to talk about harnessing your power as a parent and caregiver, and partnering with your child's school and teachers to secure the support and encouragement you need to develop confidence and help your child succeed. You are beginning to see that families are essential partners in student learning. We want you to learn to work with educators to get the support and encouragement you need to be a confident partner. Let's examine a few of the challenges you may face. The problems of parenting and problems of school are remarkably related. Neither were designed for today's modern world, and both are struggling to catch up. Add in a world pandemic, and everything is magnified. Educators and families are strong together. As we navigate the changes and rise to the demands of learning at home and at school, we can forge a strong homeschool partnership to help students succeed. The National Center on Families Learning found that 60% of American families surveyed struggle to help children with their homework. As parents, we don't know enough about how the schools work, and as a result, we don't know how to advocate at school or to be a surrogate teacher at home. A recent ABC Ipsos poll found 3 in 5 parents are concerned about their children falling behind in their education because of the pandemic. Yes, we should certainly think about how to make up for what will get missed this year, but we should be equally focused on what's happening in our homes and think about this as a time to drive independence and collaboration, the very skills we know young people need for the future. What do we need? To be an essential partner in student learning, you need actionable advice you can use to partner with schools. You need knowledge about how schools work. You need a greater sense of agency in your child's education. As we return to school, we realize this information is essential as well. Navigating and pivoting between virtual and in-person school presents real challenges, but there are thoughtful actions most any family can take to set children up for success and be a positive force in their child's growth as we finish the school year. These thoughtful actions provide the support kids need. Whether you are learning remotely, blended, or if you're back to in-person school, you will also gain confidence in your ability to partner with personnel at the school if you take charge of your child's success. So first, encourage an environment where your child and teacher get to know each other. Start with a short, socially distant, or virtual visit. This kind of interaction helps children learn how to be seen and known by seeing and knowing others. A former colleague told me she set up small group virtual meetups to get to know her middle school students prior to starting content instruction. These small groups made her accessible, and the students had an opportunity to meet a few of their new peers. Enlist other trusted adults in the child's world. Besides teachers, who else can build or deepen a positive relationship with your child? Don't forget, it really does take a village. Is there an aunt, coach, or spiritual leader who could visit weekly or take a midday video call? You do not have to do this alone. One of our family leaders formed a learning pod with another family and shared an adult mentor to work with the children. Encourage independence in your children. One of the family leaders on the West Virginia Family Engagement Center Advisory Council told me recently that the best and most frustrating things her family did this year was to support her children as they learned to do new things. She had her third grader learn to cook eggs in a variety of ways and taught her middle schooler how to change a tire. She detailed how she prioritized learning new skills that would help the children outside the classroom. And without much else going on, they suddenly have time to try, fail, and try again. If you can find age appropriate lists of skills for nearly every developmental stage, you can find age appropriate lists of nearly every developmental stage and offer suggestions of activities for kids to push to the edge of their independence. Independent students are assets at home and at school. Practice self regulation and self awareness. Noticing our mental state is self awareness, and positive intervention is self regulation. Helping your children develop these skills will help them succeed when things are hard and will help them choose beneficial activities and behavior, whether it's a snack or a nap or fresh air and play. Know when to draw the line when something isn't working. Help your children find alternative activities to shake off frustration or just clear their heads. They also need to know when to call it a day and try again tomorrow. You can let teachers know that you are encouraging your child to self regulate. My friends often ask me for advice when their children are hitting the wall of frustration, and I often offer this as an option. There is power in walking away, engaging in another activity, and then returning later. Explore learning opportunities through academic and other projects. One of the risks of virtual learning is that students receive information but don't complete enough work themselves to master the skills. If you want to provide enrichment or supplemental lessons, start with projects kids produce, whether written, video, or art, rather than simply backfilling with basic skills and memorization of facts. Find something that engages their mind. I use passion projects in the classroom to allow students to use robust skill sets while completing something that interests them and uses their strengths to complete. Find a learning buddy. When kids lack socialization, they also miss collaboration, which is one of those most crucial future ready skills. Is there a relative, friend, or classmate with whom a child could partner on a project of shared passion? Sharing your knowledge is a great way to learn too. With social distancing, this can be tough unless you do it virtually. But like the family that created a learning pod to provide co learning opportunities, it is possible. Be safe, but there are ways you can allow kids to collaborate. Finally, be honest in age appropriate ways. Children are intuitive. Speak to them honestly, regardless of their age, and explain your plan and provide support to manage fear and uncertainty. Let them know that you and their teachers are partners with them in education. This may be an issue if you need to tell your child that someone they know is sick, or that you do not feel safe about them returning to school, or they will be continuing e learning. You do not need to be over elaborative, but honesty is important. You can do it. You are developing as a partner in the education process, but as a leader of your home, it is also important to keep informed about the current status of health in your community. Think about your family's COVID-19 reentry plan and thinking about your family's COVID-19 reentry plan can create feelings of discomfort, and not everyone will understand the decisions you make. You have to do what works best for you and your family. Have confidence in your choices. We've all probably gotten off track during the quarantine. Rather than seeing the transition as a series of painful challenges, we could see them as opportunities to reset and get back on track. Most educators I've talked to have a plan to ease back into the daily routine of school. Talk to your child's teacher and ask about their transition plan. I know the teachers I've worked with would welcome your interest. You can do it. Ask for support. The West Virginia Family Engagement Center family engagement specialists at your school can help you find resources to help you and your family succeed. During the coronavirus crisis, parents and other caregivers have suddenly become responsible for managing their children's education at home. They may be managing a blended model now or returning to in person classes after a very long hiatus. Teachers are facing new challenges too, so promoting learning in a positive way can feel impossible. But we are here today to encourage you to work on your relationship with the school and find a way to help your child by partnering with the teacher when you can and always striving to make good decisions for your child or children. Here are a few tips from the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Set realistic expectations. Returning to school does not mean that things are going back to the old normal. There will be other obstacles to navigate, like winter weather or possible COVID outbreaks. Be flexible and willing to adjust as school systems work out the kinks. Make sure you communicate with the school if you have questions or concerns. Ease back into routines. Start early to allow time to adjust and add in changes gradually. An example that the Children's Healthcare suggests is tackling bedtime. If bedtime has been pushed later than you like, make it a little bit earlier each night until you get it where you need it to be. Once bedtime is going well, add another routine back into the mix. Practice healthy habits. As you approach the reentry, take time to address the whole child. Take care of both the body and the mind by prioritizing nutrition and sleep, encouraging physical activity, and limiting screen time. We know that all of this can be overwhelming, but again, we are encouraging you to have the tools in your toolbox to make the best of the situation right now. Don't forget, have fun. Did your family start any new fun traditions during quarantine? If you have instituted pizza night on Friday and everyone loves it, keep it. Did you turn off the television and have game night? Keep that too. Continue to make time for these new traditions and enjoy the time you have together. Practice healthy coping skills. If you and your kids feel nervous going back to work or school, you can use a variety of strategies to keep yourself calm. It can be as simple as being active, listening to music, reading, or slowing down and taking some deep breaths. Focus on what you can control. While so much is out of our control during a world pandemic, it helps to focus on what we do have control over. You can help keep yourself and others safe by wearing a mask in public, practicing social distancing, washing your hands, and staying home when you don't feel well. You can do it. Basically, as the family leader, you are a first responder for your family. Be mindful at this time, but don't stress too much. You can do this. It is important for family leaders and school communities to work together in a way that encourages parents and caregivers, students and teachers to work together. Have confidence that you can be a part of the solution. Recognize that the successes, challenges, and impact of the last year will be a part of your plan to move forward. Ask for support. The West Virginia Family Engagement Specialist can help you find resources to help you and your family succeed. E. E. Cummings was an American poet, painter, essayist, author, and playwright. He wrote approximately 2,900 poems, 2 autobiographical novels, 4 plays, and several essays. He is often regarded as one of the most important American poets of the 20th century. His quote above, "Once we believe in ourselves, we can risk curiosity, wonder, spontaneous delight, or any experience that reveals the human spirit," reminds you to believe in yourself no matter what. Nothing can stop you to get you where you want to be. We want you to be a confident partner in your child's education. And this is where we end. Confidence is power in education. Confidence makes adults and children optimistic and motivated. Believe in yourself. Have confidence that you can be the essential partner your child needs at this time. Have confidence that you can work with the school and teachers to get the information you need to help your children. Believe in yourself. The West Virginia Family Engagement Center. The West Virginia Family Engagement Center program is in with you, your kids, and their teachers. We are here to support learning and development, to encourage positive self-image and a can-do spirit, to advocate for improved learning opportunities, and to model lifelong learning and enthusiasm for education. We hope you feel confident during these unprecedented times. You can find the West Virginia Family Engagement Center on Twitter. You can find us on the web at www.wvfec.org, or we are embedded on Facebook with the Adventure Group. Connect with us, follow us, keep up with new ideas as they come available. West Virginia Family Engagement Center is here to support you. Again, my name is Denise Workman. You can reach me at dworkman@edvgroup.org. That's dworkman@edvgroup.org. My phone number is 304-539-4295. If you have questions or comments or need more information, I'd love for you to reach out and ask, and I'm happy to help you. You'll see here, these are the resources I used to develop this presentation today. I hope it was helpful for you. I wish you all the best as we wrap up the school year. Again, contact me if you have any questions, and believe in yourself. You can be a good partner with the school. Thank you.